A week ago, I turned 57, and if I could go back to talk to my 20-year-old self and give him some advice, here are the 50 things I would say. Number 1, work on your willpower. You'll never reach your full potential or outwork your rivals if you can't focus for long periods of time. This was true when I was younger, but it's even more applicable now with so many distractions fighting for your attention. If you can focus and work hard, you'll be miles ahead of everyone else. So why not use this video as a test for yourself? If you can reach the end without skipping and actually listen to everything I say on a deep level, then you'll be in the minority. Number 2, become more of a producer than a consumer. I understand consuming content is key, especially if you learn a lot. However, you should always be trying to put more out into the world than you're taking. Otherwise, you'll end up robbed of your time and attention. Number 3, be nice to people on the come up because you never know where they're going to be in the future. There have been countless times when I've underestimated someone's potential, only to see them achieve incredible success later on. By treating everyone with kindness and support, even if you're unsure about their plans, you create good karma. If they strike it big, they're likely to remember those who are in their corner, and you may benefit from that connection too. Number 4, watch what most people are doing and then do the opposite. It took me a few years to find the courage to leave my 9-to-5 job and start my own business. I was comfortable with the routine of receiving a paycheck and accepting life as it was. However, when I built a staircase for a wealthy entrepreneur, I realized there was another path available. I'm grateful I took that chance. I mean, I wouldn't be a millionaire now if I continued working for someone else. This is a pretty simple idea, because if you do what everyone else does, then you're gonna get the same results. So reject the idea of being normal and vanilla. As the saying goes, if you're everyone's cup of tea, then you're a mug. Number 5, who you know matters 1,000 times more than what you know. A great network beats money in the bank every time. I can't count how many times my connections have helped me out. Number 6, never talk behind someone's back. If you have a problem with someone, you should address it with them directly or not at all. You may think that gossiping about people when they can't hear you makes you seem cool, but it actually makes you seem less trustworthy to those who are listening, as they'll think you're doing the same behind their backs. Number 7, give yourself permission to make more mistakes. Most of my success has come from my failures. I wish I knew this sooner. I mean, I enjoy skiing with my son, and I remember one year we competed to see who could fall the least. I won as Curtis fell over a lot. However, he improved tremendously, and now he's a much faster skier than me. This just proves that failure leads to improvement if it's embraced. So remember, if you never fail, then you're probably not trying hard enough. Number 8, make reversible decisions quickly. I actually picked this one up from Jeff Bezos, as he said, with a decision that you can go back on, your biggest risk is dragging your feet and not making a decision. However, when decisions are irreversible, slow them down, as the biggest risk here is making the wrong decision. So it's worth getting as much information as possible before taking action. Number 9, focus on one thing at a time. The truth is, there is no such thing as multitasking, just multi-failing. So give yourself time to focus on one thing deeply without distractions. Trust me, you'll achieve far more. Number 10, don't be the best, be the only. You can do this by learning seemingly unrelated skills and combining them together. Steve Jobs is well known for mixing his love for calligraphy and design with technology and creating Apple as we know it today. He was the only person doing that at the time. This is one of my golden pieces of advice, and after every 10 bits of advice, I'm going to drop another one of these. Number 11, if you don't like something, then change it. If you can't change it, then change your attitude. Never complain. I used to be a bit of a complainer, but as I've gone through life, I've realised that 80% of the time, no one cares about your problems, and 20% of them wish they had them in the first place. Even if your whole world is crumbling, complaining won't do anything positive for you. I'm not saying you can't express your feelings, however it's important to remember we all have our own problems and not many people care about fixing yours. Number 12, work smart, not hard. As I've grown old and grey, I've seen the birth of lots of revolutionary technology like colour TVs, the iPhone, and artificial intelligence. The crazy thing is, a lot of my generation aren't like me and choose to reject it, which makes working smart very difficult. But for you tech-savvy youngsters, working smart and building a business has never been easier. I mean, take a look at this for example. One of the hottest businesses at the moment is e-commerce, as it's infinitely scalable and provides geographical freedom. But building a website requires either a unique skill set or money to pay somebody else to do it for you. But with Build Your Store AI, you can get a fully custom Shopify store built completely for free in less than 2 minutes. Here's one I made earlier. As you can see, all I had to do was select the niche of my store, pick some images that worked, and then let AI take care of the rest. The website even comes with winning products and ready pages, like policies and returns. Of course, this is all fully customizable, but it's a great starting point and perfectly sums up working smart and not hard. I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested in selling products online and having a free website built for you. The link also gives you access to a special Shopify trial for $1, so you can launch your business risk-free. Number 13, assume you can learn something from everyone you meet. I'm not afraid to admit that in my 20s, I was a little bit arrogant. I thought I knew everything, but looking back, I now realize how much more I still had to learn. I'm very aware that in 10 years' time, I'll look back at what I currently know and probably think the same. Even at 57, I'm still learning new things every day. So if I were you, I'd just skip the arrogant stage and be open to learning new things, even from those younger than you. Number 14, never disrespect your elders. I know on the surface, we might seem boring, but us older people have been through a lot. Our experience can probably help you avoid many mistakes if you take the time to listen. However, if you disagree with something I say, you don't have to follow my advice. All I ask is that you listen with an open mind and then make your own decisions. Number 15, don't be afraid of change, embrace it. I started a chain of radio controlled model shops in my 20s and the goal was to expand all over the world. However, when the internet was created, that all changed. Suddenly, more and more people were shopping online and my shops were suffering. I could have just given up. However, instead I embraced the change and started the e-commerce side of my business and started making more than ever before. There's a famous quote that sums this up quite well and it goes like this. Once a new technology rolls over you, if you're not part of the steamroller, you're part of the road. Number 16, live in the moment, not on your phone. Make the most of every moment. You don't need to capture everything for social media. Focus on what's happening right in front of you, especially when it's something you might never experience again. I didn't realize how many last times I went through without knowing it. Whether it's hanging out with your friends, that weekly bowling night, or a yearly tradition, one day it'll be the final time and you probably won't even see it coming. Number 17, always pay the bill. This one's for the guys. Yeah, it might sound a bit old school, but it's part of being a gentleman. Paying the bill is just a small gesture that shows you care. And no, it's not simping unless you're always doing it and getting nothing back. Number 18, say no if you genuinely aren't ready. It's okay to admit when you need more time or aren't quite prepared to take something on. Sure, people love to say fake it till you make it, but if you can't close that knowledge gap in time, it's smarter to turn it down rather than risk being in over your head. Number 19, present yourself in the way you wish to be perceived. It's important to think about how you want to come across to others and then make a conscious effort to present yourself in that way. This includes how you dress, how you speak, what you post on social media, and even how you carry yourself. Think of it like building your own video game character from the ground up. Number 20, mentally prepare yourself for your loved ones dying. I know this isn't the nicest thing to talk about, but you do need to think about it. When something like this happens, it can send shockwaves throughout our lives, and if you aren't ready to withstand this, then you'll just crumble. Thinking this way also helps you to value every moment you spend with your loved ones, as nothing is forever. Number 21, never take rejection personally. Whether it's a job interview or something else, try to see things from their point of view. Use the feedback to improve for next time. Taking rejection personally just holds you back from growing and getting better. Number 22, don't be embarrassed to take a nap now and again. I know this one may sound silly, but when I was younger, I thought naps were for kids and old people. But I've met so many millionaires that swear by having short power naps throughout the day So don't be ashamed or embarrassed about taking a nap, as it can actually help you be more productive in the long run. Number 23, learn from those who disagree with you. Too many people are trapped in a bubble on social media and they can't face their beliefs being challenged. Remember, you can learn something from everyone. So just because you don't agree on a couple of things, it doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to their opinions. Number 24, never be late. Punctuality is a sign of respect for other people's time and shows that you're reliable and trustworthy. Early is on time is late, and late is unforgivable. Number 25, be motivated by something greater than money. This comes from your values. Having strong values means that no one can buy you no matter how much they offer. These values are principles you refuse to compromise under any circumstances. One of mine is prioritising my family. If something isn't in their best interest, then I won't do it under any circumstances. So figure out what you're passionate about and make a stand. This will allow you to command more respect from others. Number 26, be fueled by vision, not fear. Fearful people worry about losing what they have and can never see far enough ahead to build something for the future. Number 27, stand up to bullies. I stayed stuck in a job way too long, letting my manager push me around before I finally quit and started my own business. Trust me, you can't let anyone, whether it's a man or a woman, bully you. Most of the time, if you stand up for yourself once, that's all it takes. Bullies can seriously mess with your confidence, and that's the last thing you need when you're young and trying to find your own way. Number 28, use your unfair advantages. Everyone has certain strengths or circumstances that can give them an edge, and it's important to identify and use them. An unfair advantage is something that sets you apart, whether it's a specific skill, a connection, or your life situation. It's not about cheating, it's about recognizing what you're naturally good at or the opportunities you have that others might not, and using those to your advantage to get ahead. Number 29, skip the flashy car. It's a waste in your 20s. Buy used but reliable. I've seen so many young people come into money quickly, only to blow it on things like luxury cars and designer gear. Sure, it's easy to have short-term success and splurge, but what's far more impressive is consistently building wealth over time. That's what true legends do. Number 30, prioritise your reputation. It's one of the few things that lives on after you die. I've had the unfortunate experience of attending many funerals in my time, and the person is always remembered for their character. In other words, their reputation, not their achievements. Number 31, don't compare yourself to your friends. We all have our own path to walk. As long as you're improving on what you've done before, then you're going in the right direction. If you do this for enough years, then you'll look back and be shocked at how far you've come. It's all about taking those baby steps and not getting distracted by what everyone else is doing. Number 32, don't let a bad day turn into a bad week. It takes less than 5 seconds for someone to ruin your day, and if you're not careful, that can spiral into a whole week of negativity. It's important to let it go so you don't miss out on all the good opportunities that week still has to offer. Number 33, always pay off your credit card. I had to mention this one because it's so important. If you don't pay off your credit card in full each month, you're just wasting money and hurting your credit score. Be smart about it. Make paying it off a habit and it'll stick with you for life. Number 34, any job is better than no job. Being out of work can really take its toll on you mentally. So if the only position available is washing cars for $10 an hour, go for it. It's not just about the pay, it's about getting out there, interacting with others and boosting your self-esteem that comes from showing up for a job. Who knows, you might make some mates. I still have a friend I met during my car washing days 47 years ago. Number 35, never buy an investment without doing your own research. I've seen so many people lose money on poor investments, and usually it's because they didn't take the time to look into it. Make sure you do your homework. Even if you think you might miss out on something big, if someone is pressuring you to invest, that's often a red flag. Number 36, being a great storyteller can get you anything you want. Knowing how to tell a good story is such a game changer, whether you're just hanging out with friends or trying to impress a future business partner. A great story grabs attention, makes your point stick, and helps you connect with people in a more real way. Plus, it's just a fun way to get your ideas across and leave an impression, no matter the situation. Number 37, don't live your life for others. Don't let haters dictate your choices or make you shy away from doing what you truly want. If friends or family are pushing you into a career you're not passionate about, take a moment to think about your situation. You don't want to end up in a job you despise for the rest of your life. Focus on building and living your dream life instead. Number 38, have a solid paycheck routine. Firstly, use 50% to pay for your needs. This is your food, rent and electricity. Secondly, save 20% in a high interest savings account. This is your emergency fund. Thirdly, use 30% to pay off any high interest debt. This is your credit cards and car finance. Fourth, once you've paid off your debts, use 25% to invest in a Roth IRA or a stocks and shares ISA. This is to grow your wealth. Fifth, put 5% towards some risky plays like starting your own business. This is your chance to make some fast money. Number 39, it's not the end of the world if you don't have everything figured out. Everyone is winging it to some degree. And it took me over 20 years to realise this. Most people are just navigating life as best they can. I used to think I was at a disadvantage for not attending business school or even university. But as I've met more people over the years, I've learned that we're all just doing our best, learning and failing every day. You'll never reach the point where you know everything, so it's best to start as soon as you can and just figure it out as you go. Number 40. Retirement might feel like it will never come, but it will. Start investing for it now. I know a lot of YouTubers are saying investing your money is not worth the time, as you'll only get 8% per year. However, they aren't looking at the bigger picture. Of course it's important to make money quickly, but it's equally as important to let some of it grow passively for your retirement. Number 41, the quality of your questions will shape your future success. I receive a lot of DMs, and while I try to respond to as many as possible, I often have to sift through them to find the valuable ones. I assume this is the same for most successful people. For instance, if your message starts with, "Hi, I know you're busy, but can I ask a question?" You've already missed your chance. Another common one is, "Hi, can we have a chat?" That won't get you far either. Instead, take some time to think about your question and craft it thoughtfully. When you do that, you're much more likely to receive a meaningful answer. Remember, the quality of your question will directly impact the value of the response you get. Number 42, make sure to enjoy the journey, not just focus on the destination. There's a saying I've lived by, happiness is a journey, not a destination. What that really means is that the ups and downs of a great journey stay with you forever, while the destination is just a brief moment that quickly fades away. Think about all those athletes you see getting interviewed after winning a gold medal or a big race. They're always asked, "How does it feel?" And almost everyone says it hasn't sunk in yet. I think that's because they feel a bit of emptiness after reaching their goal. Sure, they've accomplished something amazing, but then it's like, what's next? So savour the ride and all the experiences along the way. Number 43, nothing is ever free. If you're not spending money, then you're spending time. From an early age, I always told my son that nothing in this world comes without a cost. If you want something, then you need to earn money to buy it. He would often argue with me about things he saw advertised as free, and I'd explain those offers often end up costing you the most. That's because if something isn't costing you money, it's likely costing you your time. You've probably heard the saying, time is money, and it couldn't be more accurate. When you're young, you tend to think you have all the time in the world, but you don't always value it enough. Don't waste it, because before you know it, you'll be 57 reflecting on your twilight years to come. Number 44, stop waiting to be inspired and just get on with it. Inspiration can be pretty hard to come by sometimes, but sitting around waiting for that aha moment can really slow you down. Instead, just start taking some small steps towards what you want to do. You might be surprised once you dive in that motivation can kick in and make things flow. So don't overthink it. Just get going and see what happens. Number 45, work hard now for an easier life later. Take it easy now and face the consequences. Life often feels like it's turned upside down. When you're young, all you want to do is party, travel and have fun, but you usually lack the funds to do so. Then, as you get older, your priorities shift towards wanting security, stability and enough money to enjoy a comfortable retirement. You may eventually achieve that, but it often comes after years of hard work, pushing yourself until retirement at 67 and sometimes not living long enough to enjoy it fully. If you put in the effort in your 20s and resist the urge to follow the usual path, you can lay a solid financial foundation. This way, starting in your 30s, life can become a lot easier. I did just that, and it's been an amazing journey. Number 46, tackle the tough tasks in the morning.
He says when he's filming at 5 p.m.
Well, it's been a long day, but I enjoy it. I'm a big believer in making to-do lists, but I used to approach them all wrong. I thought it was about checking off as many items as possible, which often meant I'd do all the easy tasks first. While this might have looked impressive, it left the harder jobs lingering. Years ago, I shifted my strategy to prioritise the difficult tasks first thing in the morning. This way, I knocked them out when I was most productive. And the best part is that once those 2 or 3 tough jobs are done, finishing off the easier ones in the afternoon becomes a breeze. Number 47, the name of a university means absolutely nothing. Seriously, don't stress over what uni you go to or rack up debt just for a fancy name. At the end of the day, it's what you learn and how you apply it that really counts. Employers care more about skills and experience than the university you may or may not have attended. Number 48, look after your back. If you slouch, you'll have issues in your mid-30s. Sadly, this is advice that comes from first-hand experience. Your back is crucial. Over time, a bad back can severely impact your productivity since it makes it hard to get anything done. It's similar to having toothache, but unlike dental pain, there's no quick fix to relieve it. This generation benefits greatly from technology and the internet, but it also faces issues from hunching over keyboards and lounging on comfortable sofas. Prioritise your back health. You'll need it for your entire life. You can replace your teeth, but you can't get a new back. Number 49. Don't stress about being different. You don't have to fit in. Honestly, I never let the idea of being weird bother me. I embraced it. I was a tall, skinny, ginger-haired, dyslexic teenager who loved playing with model aeroplanes. Pretty unique, right? When you accept what makes you different, you actually gain an advantage because you become comfortable with who you are, while everyone else is busy trying to fit into molds that don't suit them. My dyslexia has become a superpower, allowing me to solve problems quickly. Being skinny keeps me relatively fit. My passion for model planes sparked my first business, and being tall helps me stand out and be remembered. As for the ginger hair, thank goodness that's gone. Number 50, choose your partner wisely. I wouldn't be a millionaire today without my supportive wife. A lot of people get caught up in dating lots of different options, but honestly, what really counts is having a deep connection and being on the same path together. When you find someone you think you could marry, make sure you really want to spend your life with them. Too many people end up with regrets because they were blinded by that early puppy love. A solid partnership can make a huge difference, so take your time and choose someone who you can build a solid future with. If you want to know the smartest route to earning $10,000 per month, then I'll leave that video right up there. But don't click on it just yet. Make sure to subscribe if you want to grow your wealth, okay? I'll see you over there.